Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another King's Log. For those of you who haven't seen it before, this is a little series of vlogs that I've started to do. Normally I'll do them, they're not daily, but I'll do them when I have some communication to you guys. I just want to show you a little bit of an update with myself for the channel. So the main purpose of this is to show you the progress of the game room. Since we last spoke, the carpets were put down as I mentioned before, so it was a mission to get everything from this room into the bigger room next door. One of the tasks was this cupboard here. I had to make sure that all my items were moved next door, and realising how much stuff I've actually got, this thing is an absolute massive cupboard, and I've just kind of been jam-packing it full of gaming goodness for quite a while now. So I've still got some items inside. That's kind of the reminisce that's there. So a couple of games boxes which does actually house other items. DVDs, and yeah, not very much items left. In fact, in this room now we've only got this bed that needs to be made up. But old King's Consoles HQ is no more. This is all getting shifted next door and into the bigger room. My little if you've seen my gaming videos, you'll recognise this. This was on my last crate, I believe it was. It's not a bloody towel, it's from Dead Island Collector's Edition, I think it was. They kind of give you this beach towel, reminiscent of obviously the resort. In fact, there you go there. It's got the resort down there. Benoy, is that? Again, I don't know. But yeah, it's a little towel they give me from there. But what I'm going to do is go flip the camera around, because it's a lot better looking at my game room when you see the game room and not my face. There we go, that's much better. So there's the towel as you see as I come in the front door. And this is the game setup. Much like it was next door, although I've got a lot more space, not as much clutter. I've decided to stick with just the one screen for the time being and use my laptop. I used to have a third screen over here for watching my TV. That may or may not return. I'll see how we do. Because at the moment, I've upgraded my TV. The one from downstairs is now up here. So my 32-inch Samsung's now become, I think it's a 47-inch LG. I'm sure it's 47-inch. Maybe a bit too big for this room, so I may actually sell this and scale down to like a 32-inch console monitor. We'll see how we go. It's not too bad so far. Played quite a few games on it. I'm struggling for room here, so I've kind of had to keep the boxes out in the cupboard and stack them up. This is my Retro Gamer magazine collection. Looking to kind of downsize this. I'm thinking of going for a digital subscription. It's a little bit cheaper, and I've collected magazines for years for numerous consoles. I remember Nintendo, I used to have, I wish I had them now for nostalgia, but my cupboard back at Mum and Dad's house, it was filled with magazines. And as much as I love them and reading back over them again, I just really don't have the room for them, so I may have to get rid of them. This little item here, I will come up in a future video. I'll tell you a bit more, it's a little sneak peek of what it is. But yeah, generally just boxes and everything in here, all my cables and that box underneath there. Reminisce of last night, having a Corona. Drink responsibly, and if you're a kid, don't drink at all. So yeah, here's my general setup for making videos with my laptop, with my webcam, my microphone. The Retron 5 is back out, which means I'll be getting some retro games on the go, so Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, so that's all good to go. A little Goku statues made it back onto the desk. And if you've not seen before, there's my little stand that I've done a video of as well. Although saying that, the controller's now lying on the desk, which defeats the purpose of the stand. Anyway, so this general gaming setup. I've got the PlayStation 4 just sitting on this shelf here with my Astro gaming headset, which is kind of sitting in my Yeti box at the moment. So most of the videos I'll be making will actually be from this station. I've got my Sky hooked up here as well, so I can sit and watch some TV when I'm not making games, or if I'm making some games, doing some recordings with a laptop, I can watch some TV and stuff. So that's my office area, if you like. And my chair has made its way back into the room again, with my Master Chief Pikachu thing that's going on just now with some items from Loot Crate and Loot Gaming. I actually really like this Pikachu. It's meant to be a hat, but it kind of keeps my seat cushion quite clean. It's like almost like something I can go and wash. Anyway, don't know about that. You see these things popping up everywhere. So this is kind of the mishmash of what still needs to be organised, and actually a lot of stuff's to go is for sale. I need to get around to selling, clear out these bags. Same over here, I've got a lot of just items just lying about. I want to really get this up on the wall somewhere, possibly here. I think I'll go for the Horde. I could go for the Alliance. Put in the comments, what should I do? Should I go for the Alliance side, or shall I go for the Horde? But I'll probably most likely sit behind my gaming setup. Just random Mega Drives lying here. Some Call of Duty sets I've still to build. So a little sneak peek of what's coming on there. Not got my Benny spaceship back from my parents yet. I actually have no idea where I'm going to put my spaceship. May have to hang it from the ceiling, but I'll sure find a place somewhere. And other random boxes which I need to find places for. There's my Hong Kong PAL Mega Drive. So I'll just walk you through a little bit of the shelves. One of the newest additions to my shelf is I've got two of these black shelves now as opposed to the bookshelves I had before, which gives me a lot more room to work with. This is my little shrine to Legend of Zelda. So I keep on referring back to more videos. I've done a video on this before as well, which is my little Triforce light. Put it at the back, and that lights up with the logo, which is pretty smart. It's kind of why I put it in the corner here, so I can at least get the Hyrule crest on this wall. Not as great during the day, but better at night. Yeah, it's a little collection of Legend of Zelda items I have. So things from a NES cart, the DS Special Edition, various games of Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Historia. One I really want to display, I didn't really have the room for it previously, was, maybe I did, I may have put it, but it was in the background. But my bag from Nintendo World in New York, where I picked up my beanie hat. Yeah, I like the artwork on that, so I kind of thought I'd put it up on the shelf. But this may change throughout the year. I might put different, I might go Final Fantasy, I might do different styles. But at the moment, it's a nice little place to house my Triforce, so I thought I'd make a little shrine to Legend of Zelda. Going down the shelves, there's a lot of my NES games, and a couple of Super Famicom games in there as well, some box games that we have. I won't go through them all, just kind of walk you through the shelves. PS1 games and an original Game Boy, which is awesome, and it actually does work. It's actually really good condition. Amiga CD32 games, which I realised I've got a lot more games than I thought, but on the CD shelves I had before, no idea I had so many. And some Game Boy Advance games, it's kind of a mixed mash. We've got a Game Boy Advanced SP in there. So it's getting to the stage where I'm just having to, a lot of it was kind of organised like the Nintendo stuff, but as I kind of worked down, I'm having to find little pockets of places to put stuff. Majority of my PlayStation 4, I've not got many. I've started doing a lot of digital downloads a lot more since upgrading my hard drive to 2TB. So I've not got much of many physical games. But some PS3 stuff, Tire Links, a couple of box games I have there. My dwindling PS2 collection, I'm only picking up certain games now. I'm getting rid of a lot of the shovelware. These are really games I really like. A lot of them you're seeing as these kind of collection games. Some of the original Call of Duties that came out for this. I may actually have all the Call of Duties, if I think about it. May have to look at that. Yeah, other random stuff here. Coming down to my Game Boy Colors. A lot of joysticks. These are all in the cupboard, but I wanted to get them out. A SCUF controller. Some more joystick plug-and plays and stuff. So that's the majority of my gaming shelf. And the other side of my channel, well, that's obviously King's Consoles, you've seen this here. I also do a channel called King's Toy Chest. I'll probably put a link in the description below. So that's kind of dedicated to this stuff. So things like my Transformers, where I did start, if you haven't heard already, I started my YouTube videos doing Transformer reviews. So a little kind of Transformer shelf. I've got an Optimus Prime that's to go there as well. A lot of these guys were in the room before. I've got a little F1 car collection kind of built up. Yeah, so we've got like Lionel, Cloud and Deadpool, and some of my Loot gaming items which I kind of like to display. That was actually a Loot crate and a Hydra pin. Hail Hydra! Coming down to some more little gaming items, so you may have seen some videos on these guys as well. So we've got my little Mario collection, some of my Diablos. I seem to get these guys a lot in the Loot gaming. My Ninja Turtles, and my little Donnie. See, I've done a review of him on my gaming, my Toy Chase channel. Some are displayed of my Call of Duty guys. Now the only thing with this is that I'm going to need to make some more shelf room, because I do plan to, as I build up these guys, give them more shelf space. There's more of a gap here. It's just a filler shelf. There's really nothing on here at all. But yeah, I want to get a lot more of the Call of Duty stuff up and displayed. So I don't know if the Transformers guys may end up somewhere else, because I've got some rather large items over here. They built up, like the tank and the helicopter, and they won't fit in this shelf. And they look a lot better on the top one, I think. And there's another couple of sets I've still to build up as well. My Amiga CD32, my PlayStation 1 with screen, and some random Blu-rays and books and stuff down the bottom from there. So really, hopefully you can see me now. That's how the game room's looking at the moment. Lots of boxes, still stuff to unpack, but it is coming along nicely. I've got my main playing area set up, so videos, no excuses now for not making videos. And yeah, that's the room, guys. So certainly leave a little comment what you think of it. If you think I can make any improvements to the room, I'm certainly open to any opinions you guys have. Should I really go for the gaming monitor, or should I stick with the bigger TV? That's probably one of my biggest dilemmas at the moment. First world problems, you know that. And of course, let me know what you think. Should I go for the Horde, or should I go for the Alliance with my flag on the wall? This may be the end of the video, I don't know. I'm going to go for a little trip outside and get my hair cut. Might do a little bit of game hunting out and about. So we'll see what I pick up, and we may see you later on. Alright guys, back again. So I was planning to do a bit of filming out and about looking for some pickups. However, change of plan. Well, it wasn't change of plan. I did film some footage. I just didn't find nothing, or nothing really worthwhile. Some local town, I went into the charity shops, even had a look at CX to see if they had anything of any interest, but not really. So I just kind of didn't bother actually adding the footage into this vlog. I mean, what's the point? I didn't get anything. Only note of interest was British Heart Foundation had 3 Sega Saturn games. Yes, that's 3, not 2, 3. I don't actually own a Saturn, so I didn't really see the point of picking them up, leaving them there for somebody else. However, they were priced really, well, I can consider really high for charity shop prices. Don't know what they go for normally, but there was Virtua Fighter 2 was £10, Sega Rally was £6.50, and there's another game I can't remember, but that was quite, like in most games you were getting like 360 games are like £1.99, and PlayStation 3 games are £1.99. So I don't know where they've maybe eBayed it and seen what the going rate is for those games, but that may be a good price. I don't know. I've not collected for Saturn for a while. So yeah, so really my purpose now is a case of going to get my hair cut, which I finally got done, much needed, and picking up some cake pops. So we had these for our wedding as part of our reception, and they're absolutely amazing. And we get them from a place called Cupcake Planet in Dunfermline. So definitely if you want some cake pops in your local, check out, I think, our Facebook page. That's the best place to look for them. But yeah, they're doing a little bit of a deal on these ones, so I picked up quite a few. And that's the white chocolate one there. I'm not going to eat in front of the camera, but definitely recommend, if you're local to the Dunfermline area, or if you haven't tried them before, try cake pops, but certainly Cupcake Planet ones are the ones I like to get. Sorry, a bit of dry throat. Customary Iron Brew. I had a few extra characters there as well. I was at my parents and I managed to find Optimus Prime. And I got Megatron there as well, and a couple of extra figures down the bottom here from when I showed you my video previously. Going back to something I wasn't going to really mention in this video, but I thought, you know what, I'll do it anyway. Bear with 1 second. This box here, I highlighted, Look Gaming, as one of my bigger boxes. I've kind of created something, and I'm going to do a competition. I won't announce it just yet, so don't reply to this video, but I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm kind of creating my own King Crate, as I'm going to call it, console edition. So some goodies from that may have came from previous Look Gaming or Loot Crates, but also some stuff from my own personal collection. I just want to kind of pass on and share. So look out for that from future videos. You have to be a subscriber, of course, but I'll tell you more about how you can win that if you are actually interested. You might think there's no point, Yeah, that'll be coming up probably tomorrow or the day after. Certainly as soon as possible. I want to give you guys a little prize. The other thing is, you may have noticed as well, I've finally got some retro gaming back up. So I've done Mickey Mouse, what's it called again? Mickey's Dangerous Chase. So Retron 5's up, so there'll be more gameplay of that coming up. And I'm starting to do some news articles, so I get notifications throughout the day of any sort of gaming news or anything of any importance. And I've always wanted to do it in the past, but to kind of sit down in front of the computer, get everything set up, do this kind of news story, and if you're kind of busy, it's by the time you get around to reporting the story, it's all news, and people already saw it in other sites like IGN or elsewhere. So what I'm going to do, if I see anything of any interest that you guys may actually like, so maybe retro, maybe current gen, no matter where I am, I'll see if I can set my camera up, talk to you just like I'm doing just now, give you the news, and yeah, you just get a little bit of an insight in what's going on in the world of gaming. We'll see how it goes. It may take off, it may not. If it doesn't, then you'll keep on getting the other content that I'm bringing. As I say, it's a bit of a mismatch. Maybe you should stick to one thing, but I like to bring you gaming related merchandise, like my Triforce, like little figures, like Call of Duty figures, series, retro games, modern games, like your Grand Theft Auto. I'm a bit all over the place, but as I said before, subscribe to me, and eventually the videos you do like will come around. I don't like to do too much of the same thing. I like to try and mix it up a little bit, and the subscriptions will certainly get your inbox will be full of content. All good to go now, everything's set up. Just need to rearrange some minor things now, but my main setup's done. This may actually be it for today. I don't really think there's anything of any more importance to mention. So what I'll do is I'll sign out for now. If anything else does happen, I'll just tack it into this video. But more than likely, that'll be your lot for this King's Log. And I'll see you again in the future, guys.